And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, today for the pregame show for the Terra Trojans junior varsity team versus the Galileo Lions junior varsity team here at Santa Fe High School. You know, Marco, what do you think some of the keys are for the Trojan offense today to really execute and put some points on the board early?
Last game, we saw a lot of good passing by the Trojans. They need to continue that. If they can use Nico to try to improve their run game, maybe have that dual threat that they weren't able really to get to Petaluma. That dual threat could be really helpful in extending both of their games. And then again, in using Dylan Kraus. Dylan Kraus had a really good game last time. And just let Dylan Kraus do his thing. He's really good at taking the pressure, rolling off. And the Trojans need to exploit that. And for Galileo, they really need to stop the pass, force the Trojans to run, which seems to be their weak point so far in this offense. And if they force the Trojans to run, that could force a lot of Trojan mistakes and errors. Really test the linemen, and hopefully we have a good game.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, Marco. I think the passing game for the Trojans against Petaluma was really solid. That's how they put all their points on the board. And that run from Nico Franzini, if they can really get those to be pushed downfield, more than that 3-4 yards you're seeing against Petaluma, I think that dual threat, especially as you put it, is going to really put the hurt on the Galileo defense. Because I don't know how they're really going to respond to that. Because we saw in Petaluma, they exploited the run play against the Trojan defense, and it worked really well. But when they passed, it was the exact opposite. I think we actually had an interception on one of their passing plays. So, if the Trojans can get the run and the pass down, being able to put the defense on edge like that, keep them on the back foot, I think being able to stay in control of the game like that is going to allow them to really dominate. And speaking of the Trojan defense did a solid job against Petaluma, I'd say. I think the final score is 27-21. I think what they really lacked on is those early stops. First, second down, you have to put a stop to the offense, right? You can't let them gain momentum. When they get those 5-10 yard runs really early down, then you're kind of in trouble because you're on the back foot. And they're just going to keep exploiting the defense in the same ways, and you got no way to react unless you call timeout. Which the Trojans I've seen haven't. They're more towards the saving. They're not a really aggressive use of the timeout. They just wait till the end and they can use them on offense. So it's really up to the defense to get those stops early. Because when we saw the Trojan defense stop Petaluma with like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, they were successful. They were getting stops, especially at the end of the game there, to hand the ball over to Dylan Kraus and give an opportunity for the win. And I think if they can do that today, they'll be golden.
Miles, who's your pick for player of the game?
Oh, that's a really good question. I think Patani did an excellent job last game, receiving and playing cornerback. I believe he might have had 2 interceptions. So I'm definitely going with Patani today.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you, Miles. I think Dylan Kraus is going to be the key to this game. Using his feet and his reading abilities are going to be huge. Jackson Patani, of course, had a really good game, but I think Dylan Kraus, he needs to be there for the Trojans, get some good throws in, maybe use his feet to extend plays, and hopefully Dylan Kraus can help, especially on that dual threat. He can choose between on the play action reads, choose between the run and the pass, and really keep the Galileo offense on their toes and guessing at what play is going to come next. I think that's going to really help the Trojans.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. But I still think, but especially that dual threat you're talking about can also be seen as Patani. He's playing on offense and he's playing on defense. Helping on both sides of the ball, right? And he's a great receiver. I'm pretty sure he took a punt return back maybe, and also playing on defense. If he scores a touchdown and gets an interception, right? And also, he's the guys that are getting open. Right, Dylan Kraus is excellent at escaping from the pocket when he's under pressure and really extending plays, which is crucial, seeing as the offensive line is kind of a weak point for the whole varsity program and junior varsity program here at TL. And really, having receivers like Patani and his older brother, Jackson, to just extend the plays, they don't give up, and they keep going. I think that's really important today. But I do agree, someone needs to throw the ball.
True. All right, well, we'll see you back here in a few minutes for kickoff.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the kickoff here for the Terra Junior Varsity Trojans facing the Junior Varsity Galileo Lions, driving all the way from the city here in traffic to come play at Santa Fe High School. And we are about to kick off here. The Trojans will be receiving 2 men in the backfield. This will be game 2 of the season for the Junior Varsity as they lost by 6 in a kind of painful defeat against Petaluma a week ago.
Yes, that was a painful defeat against Petaluma, who are a very good team, but hopefully Terra can get the dub here against Galileo.
Definitely, that'd be a huge lift of spirits pretty early on in the season here. As looks like we are getting ready here. And yeah, that'll be Matteo Patani and I believe number 12 Eddie Ramos, both in the backfield to receive this punt. The whistle has been blown. The Galileo Lions are yelling about something rather than playing football. And the ball is loose. That's going to drop at about the 30-yard line. Missed, and it's on the ground, picked up by number 80 or 90 there. And we do not have an 80 or 90. That's very interesting, but he will be brought down at about the 32-yard line here as the offense rolls out onto the field.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a misclick by the kicker. It seemed like he kicked the ball too high up on the football and caused the ball or too low rather on the football, caused the ball to have a lot of rotation rather than speed down the field as the Terra Trojans offense comes out.
Definitely, we have 2 receivers out on each side here. A pretty normal situation we've seen. This is probably the go-to formation on the snap. Snapped and handed off up the middle, right to Nico. Oh, and he's hit, but he's still up. And he's brought down. The ball is loose at the 52-yard line. A great run, but he is hit from the side. Didn't see it coming, and they are. It is not clear who recovered the ball. And the offense staying on the field is called a first down, so he will be called down. Ball was loose after the play.
Good blocking there by the Terra Trojans O-line to get the hole open for Nico Francini.
Definitely. Same formation here on the right hash. Dylan Krause rolls to the left, throws deep. Oh, and it's over the head. Over the head right there of Eddie Ramos.
Eddie Ramos, if he was a little quicker, could have gotten to that ball. He had some fairly good separation on the cornerback and was able to defeat both defenders, but was not far enough for the throw.
It'll now be 2nd down and 10 on that incomplete pass at the 51 or the 49-yard line of the Galileo Lions. And let's see what they do here. The ball is put down a little farther. Those extra inches matter. And 4-man rush. 1 safety in the backfield for the Galileo Lions. And the snap. Krause rolls to the left and immediately has somebody, drops the ball on the ground. That was a crazy play as the ball is pounced on for about a 6-yard loss there.
Yeah, there's a bit of a miscalculation there by Krause. He stiff-armed the potential sacker and tried to more like lateral the ball to the running back. It was a bit of a poor lateral, so I don't know how that if that was going to be legal or not. But it wasn't able to come out cleanly. But luckily he was down before he got down.
Definitely. So it'll now be 3rd and 10. Just 2 unfortunate plays here. Really only 1. And the ball is caught by Patani on the right side of the field, and he breaks 2 tackles and is knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Excellent run.
Great job there by Patani. The ball was a little wobbly, thrown fairly on target, and good blocking there. I couldn't tell who was blocking, but good blocking to leave Patani open and make him able to give him the ability to run downfield and break a few tackles.
That'll be first down as the person running the change has it as third down. But it'll be first down at the Galileo line's 25-yard line, and the snap. Kraus rolls to the left. He has a defender on him, throws deep. Oh, and it's caught by Eddie Ramos for the touchdown.
Great job there by Eddie Ramos to get the pass and get open. And good job by Dylan Kraus to thread the needle with a great touchdown and a great start to this game. Hopefully this can set the pace for the Trojans to come.
Definitely. Really an excellent job by Kraus there to keep rolling in. A defensive lineman right next to him. And he was able to roll left, find the receiver downfield. You know, he targeted Eddie Ramos earlier here. And this time the throw was definitely on target. As we are now lining up for the extra point, Eddie Ramos actually the holder. And the 11th man is running out for the Trojans as they were one man short. Happens a lot, I've seen in JV games especially. And here we are, and the snap ball is down, kick is up, and it is good. It'll be 7-0 here. Only a minute and 20 seconds into the first quarter here for the Trojans. An excellent start.
Yeah, it was a great start by the Trojans. Hopefully they can capitalize, use this momentum to go forward on defense. Again, in that drive, they showed their passing ability is really good. And they did have a great run by Nico Franzini at the beginning. Hopefully this can set the tone for the rest of the game to come.
Yeah, definitely. Two solid plays there that really brought them downfield. The 25-yard run from Nico Franzini and the last 25-yard pass to Eddie Ramos. You know, just those big plays it seems like that's what the Trojans really are able to exploit. As you know, they can't put the ball on the ground and get 8 yards, 5 yards on a run every play like we saw Petaluma do. As we will now see number 22, Ben Ackley for the Trojans. Oh, sorry, 23. That would be Alan Calderon, as he will be kicking the ball off here for the Trojans. 2 men in the backfield for Galileo. And Galileo is still trying to get their formation right. Coaches are yelling at the players on the field, as now he's hustling off the field.
Alan Calderon ready to kick for the Trojans.
And this is something interesting right now. The formation for Galileo is they have a big hole, men at the 50-yard line, and then nobody back to the 30. And really an interesting choice is Petaluma had them pretty much spread out the whole way back. As we are almost ready for the kick here. And he walks up, and it is loose. Back to the 15-yard line. Received cleanly, and he's to the left. There's nobody in front of him. Running down the sidelines. Oh! And he is hit. An amazing tackle there by the kicker, number 23.
You couldn't have a harder tackle by Alan Calderon. He just stopped him right in his tracks. That was a good play by the kicker, but unfortunately the Galileo Lions get to the 35, it is ruled. I think he stepped out of bounds a few seconds before he was hit by Alan Calderon. No, sorry, I guess he's out at the 40-yard line.
And it looks like we may have a holding call on the defense, or the receiving. The Galileo Lions holding is called, and they will be brought back 10 yards from where the kick was brought down at the 35, as they will now be back at the 25. But also an excellent kick there from Calderon. You know, he put a solid 15 yards more distance than the Galileo kicker was. And that really it can be a boost for the defense early on in the drive to really have that space to work with behind you. As Galileo lines up here with one receiver out wide, quarterback under center, hands the ball off, and he is brought down in the backfield.
Good play by Moises Capel to break through, and he was right on the ball as soon as it was handed off. Good athletic play there.
Definitely an amazing athletic play. As he was hit the second he got wide of the quarterback. An excellent job there. That's almost a loss of 5 yards. As it'll now be 2nd and 15 from their own 15-yard line, which is coincidentally where the kick was, where the kick landed.
2nd and 13 at the 22.
As they break now from the huddle. Looks like we have the same formation here. 2 men in the backfield, 2 out wide. 2nd and 15 quarterback under center, and the snap. And he hands the ball off. He gets through the middle. The tackle is missed, but he has brought down some aggression definitely between the two teams here.
Yeah, the Galileo Lions running back is really big, almost as big as some of the linemen. I'd say 200 pounds. And it took at least 5 Trojan defenders there to bring him down. If the Galileo Lions can get him through the line, I think this could be dangerous for Terra when they get their corners and safeties trying to tackle this big man.
Definitely. As we'll now have a 3rd and 6 to go here. Same formation. The Trojans tightly packed in here with 4-man rush. Linebacker comes in 2, run to the left. The offensive lineman is put on his ass. Wow. Brought down in the backfield, loss of 3 yards, as it'll be 4th and 9 from their own 26-yard line. And now we don't see punts very often, Marco. What do you think Galileo's going to do here?
Well, it looks like they're going for it, but this seems like an interesting choice. Well, it seems like they're debating, but if I were them, I would go for the punt. I mean, they're on their own 30-yard line. If they lose the ball, this could be very dangerous for the Galileo Lions, and almost surely would be a Trojan touchdown. You wouldn't want to give away 3 points like that, and especially this early in the game. 6:31 left in the first quarter. With already trailing, you don't want to increase that lead even more and just demoralize your team even more.
As it looks like a timeout might have been called as the Trojans are getting water, but Galileo is still out on the field. I think some indecision here. As I don't know if we've actually seen a punt in any of the games so far, as they basically always go for it. But this is really, it's not a good spot to go for it, in my opinion, because they're so close. We know the Trojan offense is explosive, and they can get that touchdown. You know, and putting them that extra 30, 40 yards back could really be an advantage for them. For Galileo, that is. But as we saw, their kicker didn't do a great job at the beginning, because that ball didn't go very far. So it's possible that, you know, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have, it looks like 9 yards to make up on this 4th down. It's going to take a really good play. I would definitely be looking towards the pass. And it looks like it's going to be a punt. We have Matteo Patani in the backfield, and the Galileo Lions are lining up for the punt.
Yeah, but the Galileo Lions also have 5 people about 5 yards back from it. The punt is high. He's running the ball down the right side, and he is brought down at the 15-yard line. The ball is loose, but he picks it up in the air. And he's down at the 14.
That was a really interesting play there by Galileo. What happened was the punter took the ball, took the snap, and ran off, but immediately as he did that, he basically lost all his blocking and was immediately surrounded by multiple Trojan defenders. And ultimately it ended up being a at least 5-10 yard loss. Which the Trojans gave her closer to that second touchdown.
Definitely. As the Trojans now line up with the same formation, Nico right next to Kraus. Motion from Patani as he picks up the ball, runs to the left side. There is nobody in front of him. He cuts to the left, and he's in. That's exactly what we were talking about, Marco.
That was a great motion by Matteo Patani coming over. I believe he was slotted in as the tight end position. He came over, took the ball, and he was just off to the races. He used the full width of the field to get that touchdown and put another 6 points on the board.
Yeah, just an excellent job by the Trojans there. First play they get the ball, and they score a touchdown. And I think that's going to be a lesson for the Galileo Lions. Don't give the Trojans the ball, as they probably are getting that decision there, and they probably should have gone for the punt. As it is now 13-0, the kick is ready, and the snapped ball is up, and it is good, as it'll be 14-0, 4 minutes into the first quarter. And it looks like the game is getting out of hand.
Yeah, I would be really worried if I were Galileo here. You're coming to this new place, kind of unfamiliar place, and you're already down 14-0. You don't want to turn it into a blowout and just completely abandon the game. But that kind of seems like the direction it's going in so far.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. As the Trojans are about to kick it off again here, let's see what Calderon can do. He's done an excellent job. Both extra points straight through the uprights. And a very good kickoff. But yeah, this game is not looking like it's going to be a close one so far. Let's see. What do you think Galileo should do to really... how do they get back in this game?
Well, it starts by getting a good kickoff return, which they have shown the ability they can do. And then they need to run the ball. They have a really good running back who's really big, who has the size to go through Terra very well and just exploit that weakness of the Terra defense.
Definitely. I think that's definitely going to be key. As the ball is now loose, it's going to land at about the 17-yard line, almost identical kick. And he's stuck in the backfield. Oh, tackle is broken. 2 tackles are broken. But he is brought down by number 28 at the 18-yard line. An excellent job there, as that would be Jensen. An excellent tackle at 29, actually. Hector Gonzalez. But it took 2 Trojans there to bring him down, as there was a missed tackle by Albrecht and Larson before he was brought down on the sidelines. But still, almost no yardage gain from where the ball landed.
Yeah, 2 good stiff arms by the receiver, but this time there wasn't as good blocking for the Galileo Lions, and that allowed multiple Trojan defenders to come in and capitalize on that. And the Trojans, it looks like there's going to be another penalty. They're starting from their own 15, the Galileo Lions. This could be dangerous.
Yeah, definitely. Only 15 yards to go here for the Trojans.
Quarterback is number 12, Jesse Barrios Esperanza.
Oh my, flag is called.
Penalty flags as the snap ensues.
Let's see what that is all about. Probably a false start here. Yeah, the Lions are not in a good position. An excellent punt.
That was actually a useful flag, I think, because the football it went through the hands of the quarterback and got stuck in the face mask of the quarterback. I think if that ball had gotten any farther, it could have been at risk for a fumble or a turnover.
Yeah, definitely, as they now line up at their own 10-yard line. 90 to go. Let's see how they approach this. And they take the snap, quarterback in the backfield, and he runs, and he is brought down immediately by Alan Calderon.
That was a really good tackle by Alan Calderon. He didn't really have any help, but he was able to box out the quarterback and get that tackle. And that helped contribute to that 5-yard loss again. And Galileo are now on their own 9-yard line. They're getting close to their own end zone.
I wonder if we're going to see a safety here. Really, this is an excellent job by the Trojan defense, as they have just been able to put a stop to the running game right now. I don't think we've seen attempted a throw yet. Multiple quarterback sneaks that have gone nowhere. And when they're doing those quarterback sneaks early, it really, presents the opportunity for fatigue for the quarterback. And you don't really want to see that halfway into the first quarter. As they now line up, quarterback in shotgun position, 2 receivers out to each side, and the snap, looking for the throw, straight there to the running back, and he takes a tackle, and 4 Trojans later, he is brought down at the 15-yard line, as it'll now be 3rd and 11.
That was a good pass by the quarterback. Good job by the running back to get open, number 33. And again, put it in the hands of a really good playmaker we've already seen, who has shown he can break a lot of tackles.
Definitely. And an interesting thing I've noticed here is it looks like the quarterback is running to the sidelines every play to receive the play from the coach, which doesn't seem like a great use of his energy to me. As he now snaps the ball, and he is under pressure again from Alan Calderon. He is all over him today.
Alan Calderon is really having a great game so far. He's gotten multiple good tackles. He's been able to really be effective on the outside linebacker position. And he has also been the kicker who has really helped the Trojans use their foot to improve the position they are to start these drives.
Definitely, as they are now 4th and 9, almost a similar situation to what we saw earlier, but it looks like they're just straight up going to go for it.
And time to go.
As the quarterback in the shotgun position, same formation, whistle is blown, and we have a timeout from the Galileo Lions.
That was an interesting play there, or formation there by the Trojans. They had Matteo Patani back in the backfield in case the punt was made, but it almost looked like the Galileo Lions didn't even want to consider a punt because they had at least 4 receivers out wide, and the quarterback in shotgun position. But the Trojans also had matching cornerbacks to match the receivers. Very interesting there formation there for both teams.
Definitely is. It looks like this is the second time they've used a timeout to figure out what to do, as I don't think they were expecting this much resistance from the Trojan defense, and they're certainly getting it. As the quarterback has his hands in the air, he does not know what is going on. And this is interesting. I think Galileo, they seem really unorganized early on in this game.
Yeah, these are the type of issues you really want to iron out in practice. In the previous scrimmages, you don't want to be doing it here in your at the start of the season.
Definitely, as they now line up for the punt. Only 3 defensive ends, as the Trojans were expecting a run play, as he is going to punt the ball, and it is back to their own 35-yard line. Patani runs down the sidelines, cuts back, and he is into the end zone. Wow, a touchdown.
I don't think the Galileo Lions offense has been past the 30-yard line and hasn't even gone for more than like 4 plays. That was a good run by Patani, and to score another 6 points.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
But it looks like there's a penalty, but it was on the Galileo Lions, so it is waived, of course, by Terra. And this is just an awful start for Galileo. You just couldn't imagine a worse one.
You really couldn't, as we've had 2 times here where either on the first play or on the punt, it was returned for a touchdown, just immediately. You know, it's like there's no one there. It's like the Trojans just go into the end zone. As Alan Calderon lines up for the 3rd extra point, and the first quarter is not even over yet. As we will see what he can do here. Really an excellent job on defense by him. As the ball is up, straight through the uprights. Exactly what we'd expect.
Another great Alan Calderon kick. And if I were Oscar Gomez, the head coach of JV, I'd start bringing on the reserves. Try to get them some playing time, especially against a team like Galileo, who you really can exploit, and hopefully Galileo can get some points back if they're facing that second team.
Definitely, as it looks like some of the Trojan offense may be on the sidelines here for a little while, but we cannot tell you that for sure yet, as the ball is put down for the kick. And again, a really, really odd formation is now there are 2 men on the 5-yard line, 3 on the 20, and then 6 on the 50 for Galileo. So it seems like any runner for the Trojans that can get through that first line is just, there's no one between him and the ball. As the ball is now loose by Alan Calderon. An excellent kick. Back to the 20-yard line is dropped and then picked up down the right side. Oh! Missed tackle, flag down on the field, and he is brought down at the 25.
There's a flag on the play.
These flags really need to stop flying. If it's against Galileo here, it looks like it's going to be holding again. But these flags are really being costly.
Yes, it looks like we have a Galileo player on the ground right now. Never what you want to see. And he doesn't look in great shape. We have multiple coaches down next to him.
Nate Pearson, number 26,
on the return there, the ball carrier for the Galileo got a pretty good hit. He was lifted up at least a couple feet in the air by the Trojan tackler. I couldn't really tell who it was, but I believe that may have contributed to the injury on the field. And the Galileo player now gets up after a short break. That's great to see. And Galileo will take the field. They will put their offense back on the field with 3:04 left in this first quarter. As Miles will step away here to look for Wyatt to interview. Wyatt Dagenet, that is. Quarterback, shotgun formation. 3 receivers wide with a running back. Hands it off to number 33, wide open on the right side, and breaks a tackle, but gets it down for a minimal gain, maybe a gain of 3. There was a good play there by number 33. Was able to extend the field on the sides, and good blocking by the O-line of Galileo to make that possible. Again, number 33 really carrying this Galileo team. Terra with 2 safeties in the backfield. Galileo line up with 1 receiver on the right and 1 receiver on the left. 2 running backs. Shotgun formation. They're yelling at the receiver to go wide. Some confusion on the field. The snap. The pass to number 33, the running back at the line of scrimmage, and he's immediately wrapped up by 5 or 6 Trojans for a minimal gain of 2.
Definitely, it'll now be 3rd and 8 to go here.
From Jesse Barrios says passes to Tiffany Carter
We'll have to
Williams.
see what Galileo is able to do here. The offense really coming up with nothing early, as it is not even done with the first quarter. 21-0, and they have not been to the Trojan side of the field. Just a really poor job there. Really an amazing job by the Trojan defense, able to shut down the run game, which they weren't able to do against Petaluma. They're doing an excellent job of today. Really have to give props to them.
As we near the 1-minute mark,
As they now line up in the same formation. So let's see what they come up with. As they snap the ball, he looks for a throw, throws up the middle, and it is dropped, almost picked off. Incredibly close by, it looks like number 18 from the tail of the Trojans, but that would have been an amazing play if we made it. And really just passes off the chest there, Marco.
Nearly able to pick that one off with a pivot
not
move
much more to
right
say.
was
Just
Eli Larson, number
Good
16.
throw by the quarterback. Runner was not able to hang on to the ball. And it's those mistakes that we've seen pretty commonly from Galileo early.
That's another 4th and 8 on their own
At the 17.
17-yard line. Matteo Patani back in the backfield.
As they're now in the huddle again, we have seen this situation. This is the 3rd time now. We have a run that really didn't turn out well. We have a punt that was returned for a touchdown. So let's see what we have here. Not a good history for Galileo in this first quarter. As the whistle is blown, again, more confusion from Galileo. And that's another thing I've noticed. Galileo has very few people on the sidelines, as it looks like they probably only have 18 to 20 people on their university team.
Yes, this could be a great hindrance for Galileo. With only 5 or 6 people on the sidelines, you really don't have the substitutions. You can't. Every person has to maximize their own potential, and you can't get the specialization in position players that you can with Terra, who have at least 20 or 30 people on the sidelines for their JV team. And that really, the size of the JV team really reflects how much better Terra is versus Galileo.
Galileo is still in the huddle. I think they've used their last time out here before the end of the first quarter, and every single one has been on these 4th down conversions. as they just are indecisive.
Interesting choice there by Galileo, burning the timeouts early. And Galileo finally do take the field and start forming up.
Let's see what they'll do here. We've seen a lot of different formations from Galileo as the quarterback is counting the players. As we have 3 receivers out to one side, only 1 Trojan defender, or 2 cornerbacks on them. And the punter in the backfield, only 5 men here to block the Trojan rush. And the ball is snapped over his head, and that might go out to the end of the end zone. And it is, the whistle is, what? It looks like he kicked the ball?
Yes, so what happened was it was a high snap, went through his hands, went to the end of the end zone. He picked up the ball, the punter of Galileo, and then proceeded to punt the ball to the 15-yard line.
Able to get it at the back line
and
punt it.
It looks like he got the punt off.
By Moises Rodriguez
with the reception of the punt from Galileo. And here, Terra only have 15 yards to go until they get a touchdown. 35 seconds left in this first quarter.
Definitely, as we still have the A squad out here with Kraus, Batani, and Ramos. We'll see when they bring in some of the bench warmers as the same formation we've seen here for the Trojans. 2 out wide, runner in the backfield, motion from Patani behind the quarterback, snap is high. Oh my goodness, he is brought down. He's almost brought down. As Kraus runs to the right side, a block is missed and he is brought down at the 10.
That was an almost tackle by number 33 again, who looks like he's the star of Galileo. He was almost able to take down Dylan Kraus, but was not quick enough. As Dylan Kraus shows how good he is on his feet.
Definitely, as he broke the tackle there, it really just slipped through his hands. Was able to get down the sideline. As a high snap there, we saw the Petaluma game was almost devoid of those, and only one here seen today. But you know, when he's only making 1 snap every 8 to 10 minutes because the defense is going out there and doing work, I guess you can't really blame him. It wasn't actually that high. You know, Dylan Cross was able to command the ball, got 2 hands on it. As a quarter is over, we'll take a short break here, and we'll see you back when the second quarter begins.
Here we are, back with the second quarter. 10 minutes left in this quarter, as Terra start on our left side, the left side of your radio dial. The snap to Dylan Kraus, 3 receivers wide open, and it's almost intercepted by Galileo. Dylan Kraus there made a pass to number 14, Andrew Keenan, but it is almost intercepted by the cornerback for Galileo. That was a dangerous play, dangerous throw there by Dylan Kraus.
Kevin Guan, number 17, and Jerron Loggins, number 20.
Terra to line up with 1 receiver to the right, and looks like a water break is called. A timeout by Terra here. Terra have 2 timeouts remaining. Galileo have 0, having used all there's timeouts. Galileo in the first quarter to really alleviate the confusion they had on the those 4th downs and longs where they were trying to convert. 9:54 left here. Just started the second quarter. And our co-presenter, Miles, is down on the field trying to get some varsity players up here to interview. We'll see how that turns out for us. Terra come back on the field. They will have 3 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right, and Nico Franzini right next to the quarterback in shotgun position. One safety for Galileo. The snap Handoff to Nico Franzini. Goes through the guard and is tackled by number 33, I believe, for a 3 or 4 yard gain.
Yeah, it'll now be
On the carry,
4th
Nico
and
Franzi,
5
number
from
13.
the Galileo Lions 10-yard line.
Kasadi, number 56.
And we will see
And
what they do here.
Williams,
They may just go for the field goal because they have such a big lead, but because of the lead, they may also go for a touchdown.
At the 8.
And we will have to see what they line up for here. It looks like they're going for the field goal.
Calderon, again, a great player in this game so far, takes a kick, and it is just through, just over the crossbar, probably 2 or 3 feet over.
For Alan Calderon is
And here we have our varsity player.
Eddie Ramos with the hold, number 12. And that's the kind of
I'm going to do a short interview here with varsity running back Jonah Truitt. Jonah, any thoughts on the junior varsity game so far? Any insights you can give?
Well, if you can look at the scoreboard, it seems like it's quite a blowout. Galileo is just no match for the might of Terra High School. It's looking to be quite a big score for the Terra Trojans at the end of this game. So we'll see how much we score.
Definitely great insight there, as it is 24-0, quite a lead indeed, as we now are 1 minute into the second quarter.
How are you going to be preparing here for Galileo in the varsity game?
Well, so we've been practicing their defense all week. Basically, what they do is they'll blitz 6 players every play. So basically, we're just preparing for that, and we're working on how we can deal with that. I think we feel pretty good about this game. I think all of our players are pretty confident, and we think that we can win this game.
Definitely, coming in with that confidence is really a huge part of winning these games, as the mental aspect may be undervalued, but it's definitely very important. And Jonah, you're going to be a key part of that blocking force if they're going to be rushing 6 men.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the smaller side, but basically, I practice my blocking techniques, so I think that I should be well prepared to block those big Galileo defensive players.
Definitely, as even their JV team has some big boys out here on their special teams, although really they seem kind of out of place. Jonah, any insights on that?
Well, it looks like Galileo, they're just a bit short on players, so it looks like they're putting any players where they can. So I think the Galileo coaches just appreciate those big boys coming out and helping out on special teams.
Definitely, as the ball is loose to about the 20-yard line. Ball is taken up on the left side. Some heavy blocks, but he has ended up to be brought down by 28 at the 30-yard line there.
Jonah, how did you come back from that loss at Petaluma? How do you recover from that?
Well, obviously it was a tough loss last week, but we didn't play that bad. We actually played pretty well. We played tough. All our players played with a lot of heart. So even though we lost the game, I think everyone's hearts were still held high, and we still have a lot of energy and hype going into this game. I think, especially with the confidence that we have this week, I think we're all really excited, and I think we are just excited to go play this game.
Definitely. Thank you so much for coming in here, Jonah, and giving the listeners a piece of your minds.
Thank
you. Good luck, fellas.
As now we will have a 1st and 10 for the Galileo Lions at the 30-yard line. We will see what they can do here, as their offense has really been not able to do much early in this game. As the quarterback has 2 men to his right, 1 to his left. The ball is handed off to the left side. 13, Nico gets past the blockers and brings him down in the backfield.
Good play there by Moises Rodriguez and Nico to get through on the running back. The running back, he got the ball, and immediately he had at least 2 or 3 Terralinda defenders on him. There was just really nothing he could do about that play. That was a kind of a failure by the offensive line.
Yeah, definitely. As he was not able to go anywhere, even though they stacked the right side of the field there. Just no progress, and really negative progress, as they lose 6 yards on a play. And that's something that we've seen a lot from Galileo early. They are losing ground on the first down and just digging themselves a really deep hole. As they will now be on their own 27-yard line. 2nd down and 16. They have to get to the 41-yard line here. quite a ways. Quarterback back with the ball, throws to the left side. Oh, and it is just missed by 22 of Galileo.
It was almost intercepted there by Brody Dagenet, the younger brother of Wyatt Dagenet, in the backfield there. He leapt for the ball, but it was just above his reach. And that could have been a very dangerous play by Galileo. Good positioning there by Brody.
Definitely. The throw looked okay from here, but heavy coverage on the receiver, and again, the receiver's just not able to hang on to the ball. Something that is going to be a big problem for the next 27 minutes of this football game. As a tight formation here for Galileo, there's motion. Receivers are on the wrong side of the field. Snap. Quarterback looks to the left, looks to the right, and he runs up the middle. There's nobody there, and he is brought down about a 3-yard gain. Wow, just open wide receivers there, was not able to look downfield.
Good blocking there by the O-line of Galileo to let the pocket kind of devolve around the quarterback. Galileo was able to hold in that pocket just for long enough. And actually the number 78, I believe, of Terra, an O-lineman, we don't have his name on the list. He was just got a hand on the quarterback, but the quarterback was able to evade the hand and make the run.
Definitely, as it'll now be 4th and very long from their own 29-yard line, and could be more confusion as really this situation seems to be eating up Galileo early. As more yelling from the coach, a lot of confusion. They are running. Oh, it looked like they were going off the field. It's going to the ball on the left hash. And it seems like there is a lot of confusion for Galileo. As they have a tight formation here, we haven't seen only one receiver out to the left side. The snap is dropped, and he runs up the middle and is brought down. Oh, almost brought down. Almost breaks the tackle, and they end up going nowhere.
After that play, I saw number 76, Jose Segura, an lineman, really make a really aggressive football play, style play, where he was able to, he just pounced on that ball. And that was the exact type of aggression in football that you need. Great play there, and great part there by Jose Segura.
Jose Segura, number 76, 2 of the tackles for Terra.
Now be 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line for the Terra Trojans. As looking on the sidelines here, it still looks like the A squad is out there with the 24-point lead. I mean, I guess it is early in the game. You know, you can't really just turn it over like that so fast. As Dylan Krause rolls to the left, gets the ball, he is wide open. He breaks a tackle and is almost brought down, takes the hit, and he's in the end zone. Wow.
That was good blocking there by Terra. Dylan Krause able to just took the ball. That was a quarterback sneak design play, and he was able to he went to his left, broke a few tackles, used the width of the field to get downfield, and just made a really good athletic play. Used his feet. This is exactly the type of play that Terra are really strong in, and as now it's 34-0.
I believe it'll actually be 30-0 here, Marco, because of that field goal, as Alan Calderon will get his 4th try at an extra point here today, as the snap is a little high, and it is a low kick, but through the uprights, as it'll now be 31-0 with 5 minutes left here in the first half.
Again, another just dominating show of force by Terra against Galileo. And Galileo's lack of depth is really showing here. I think their players are fatigued. Hopefully they can use this halftime to kind of heal those bruises that they've acquired both physically and mentally. Hopefully hopefully this doesn't turn into too much of a slaughter for Galileo. It's hard to see sometimes, when these teams, they put in so much effort, but they just don't get anything in return.
Yeah, it definitely is, especially Galileo. You know their players are hurting, especially, down 31-0 here. Their offense not able to put anything together, and the Trojan offense doing an excellent job of exploiting the defense, and they're getting the ball and maximum 4 or 5 downs. They're in the end zone or close to it. As I guess there's only been one stop by Galileo where they forced the field goal, but the Trojans were already so close to the end zone from the solid defense that they got the 3 extra points, and it's not looking good for Galileo really. As the Trojans are ready for the kickoff, and the ball is loose. Looks like the kick was a little low. It's going to land on the 30, picked up at the 25, and a Trojan is stiff armed, but he is brought down by number 14. That would be Andrew Keenan at the 28-yard line.
Good job by Trojans to swarm to the ball. Again, Galileo really lacking on the blocking. I think their fatigue is really showing.
Definitely. And we will see what Galileo can put together here. But it is not looking good for them. They will have to come up with a miracle here to even get back in this game. And again, more confusion on the sidelines. And the Trojans are having a meeting on the sidelines, as I'm guessing we're going to see some new faces on the field here soon, Marco.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. A lot of first-time players for Terra are coming on the field, hopefully soon. So hopefully Terra can really use this opportunity to increase their depth.
As the quarterback gets the snap, and he's up the middle again, and he slides down at the 30, not trying to take the hit. Although he is still hitting the head, and he is down on the ground.
Oh, that was an ugly hit. The quarterback went in for the slide, and the Terra defenders going for they went slightly behind the quarterback and kind of just hit his head. That was kind of an ugly tackle there.
Definitely. Looks like he'll be okay, but he was down on the ground for a couple seconds there. I don't know if they're going to call a flag. I could see them calling a personal foul here, as it is a personal foul on face mask on the defense, as the quarterback was hit pretty hard in the head, as it may not have been obvious he was sliding, but when the players are that short, they're already so close to the ground that it's going to be difficult to tell if they're just trying to duck around you or if they're going to try and slide down to avoid the big hit, as that was an ugly situation. But 10 yards, 15 yards actually, for Galileo. They are at the 44-yard line.
They're doing a great job.
I think that's the farthest forward progress they've made today.
I believe so. This would be a great opportunity for Galileo to capitalize on a Terra misfortune here.
Definitely. As the ball is snapped, it is handed off. Oh, to the left side. A good fake, and that running back is just like a truck, as he will get about 8 yards there.
And number 33, the running back for Galileo, really reminds me of Marshawn Lynch in the I don't remember exactly what Super Bowl was. It was the Seahawks and the Niners. Back in the day when we were kids, Marshawn Lynch taking 5 or 6 49ers to get him down. That's what I see in this running back number 33.
Definitely. As also a good fake there by the quarterback, as I believe 2 linebackers were drawn to the wrong side of the field as they run the same play again. He's out to the left side. A stiff arm for number 28. He is down to the left and brought down out of bounds at the 25.
Another just good play by Galileo. A great job by the running back. He broke at least 3 tackles on that play, and he was still standing before he got pushed out of bounds.
Definitely. As they run the same play there, and they get a lot of yards. Big Man can move. He was cooking down the sidelines, and it seems like the Galileo Lions have found what they need to do, as they have just made a lot of yards in just 3 downs.
If I were Galileo here, I'd just keep running that play until you can't no more, because Terra, they've already showed 2 times in a row that they can't. They've showed before that play can be really dangerous. We'll see. Maybe Terra will smart up to it.
16 is wiped out and carried by.
I don't know if a flag is called, but the ball is put about 5 yards back from where it was snapped. So about 40 yards forward momentum has just been taken away by another penalty on the Galileo offense. Wow, that stings. But yeah, Marco, I have to give you credit. You said early, Galileo's got to run the ball. It's definitely a weakness for the Trojans, and it looks like they have finally found what they need to do. Is the running back is swarmed at the 39, a loss of 5 yards.
Yeah, maybe Terra got smart to that. They really held their linebackers back a few seconds, let the play develop. Then all those linebackers just swarmed to the ball. Good defense and good defensive reading by Terra and their linebackers.
Definitely, that was an awesome tackle there. As there was the initial hit to slow him down, and then 2 or 3 of his friends came in to pile on and bring the big man down. Wow, that turned from bad to good, and now back to bad, as it'll be 3rd and long, as we've seen many times here. About 16 yards needed to go, as the ball is big, the handoff thrown down the left side, and it is short. No flag called. The receiver and the cornerback couldn't find the ball. But wow, almost a dual threat here, Marco.
Yeah, that was a good fake handoff there. I was certainly tricked there, and I think Terra defense was too. And a good job by the receiver for Galileo trying to get open, but unfortunately that quarterback just didn't have that arm strength to throw it far enough and fast enough for the receiver.
Definitely, but if Galileo can get those running plays and on the play action, get receivers downfield, I think that's to be their game plan, especially in the second half. They'll probably talk about it as there's only a minute 30 left in the half. As the quarterback snaps the ball, flag in the air. Nobody knows what it's about. As it'll be 4th and very long here, although this is really a no-brainer. False start on the offense, another 5 yards back. This is brutal. As it'll now be almost 4th and 20 for the Galileo Lions. With a minute 25 here left in the half. They are going to go for it. They don't want to give the Trojans the ball here with a minute because they could very easily score. As the Lions are in the huddle again. Really, almost a slow pace of play. Do you think that has any impact on the game, Marco?
Yeah, I think that really drags that out and just almost drags out the agony for Galileo. I think that they should be trying to, especially when they were running the ball, they were doing great because they were getting plays. It was very fast paced. I think they were liking it a lot more.
Definitely, as we have a similar situation here as the formation is lined up real tight, one receiver out wide, and it looks like they're going to be running the ball down the right side, or at least that's what they want the Trojans to think, as the quarterback rolls to the left, throws to the one receiver, and it is caught at the 50, but he is brought down right in front of us from our angle. It looks like it is not going to be a first down, but the refs may give it to him. As they are investigating this, from our angle, it didn't look like he made it.
Didn't look like he made it, but the refs may give him the benefit of the doubt here. It's right on the chains, and they give him the first down.
I mean, you can't really blame the refs. It was a close play, and Galileo's down by 31. The half's almost over. I like it.
Yeah, it was a good play by Galileo. They only had one receiver lined up. They sent him out, faked the run, made a good pass, and good catch.
Definitely. As it looks like they have the building blocks here to get back in this game. As number 14 gets straight through the offensive line. The running back will get about 5 or 6 yards here. But number 14 for the Trojans there, just Andrew Keenan again, just literally like there was no offensive line in front of him. He got to the running back before the ball was handed to him.
I think if Galileo want to run, they really need to shore up their offensive line. They were able to do it a few plays ago. Let's see if they can do it again here.
Definitely, as it'll now be 2nd and 5. Good progress here we've seen lately as they may not be adapting to the Trojan defense. What happened there?
They spiked the ball there to stop the clock with 26.5 seconds to go.
Oh, I did not see that. All I saw was the ball in the air on top of an offensive lineman's head. An odd situation, as it'll be 3rd and 5. Galileo walking to the sidelines again. I think they got to find a better way to call the plays. Like, they need symbols, signs. But I think having the quarterback run over to the sidelines, I don't think that's the way.
Yeah, it's very taxing on the quarterback. And it really just, if the quarterback can't effectively communicate the plays, then it really hinders the whole team, because the quarterback is really the brains of the team.
Definitely. As Galileo will line up here 3rd and 5, as they will need a really big play here, as it looks like the Trojans are going to play against the pass. Quarterback runs up the middle, breaks a tackle, breaks 2, 3 tackles, and is brought down at the 30-yard line for the first down, which stops the clock at 18 seconds. Good tackle there by the Trojans, but a couple missed.
Yeah, that was a good play by the quarterback to really read the situation and take matters into his own hands. But the problem here is that Galileo don't have any timeouts, so they can't stop the clock.
As they snap it and spike it because they don't have time for the play, right? They don't have any timeouts, so they're spiking the ball so they can go to the sidelines and ask what the play is.
They have 9.4 seconds. I think they have time for one more play. Because they don't have any timeouts, they don't really have time for 2. So look for a Hail Mary here.
Yeah. Just really an interesting way of doing things. I wonder if maybe they lost some equipment, or because it seems so inefficient. But we will see here now the running back lining up as a receiver on the right side. 4 receivers out to one side as he looks to the left, up the middle. Oh, and it is tipped by the Trojans, tipped by Galileo, and then tipped by the Trojans again.
Tipped there by Andrew Keenan, and that really upset the Galileo receiver. It does leave 4.1 seconds left on the clock. So maybe Galileo will have one more opportunity here. But Galileo, they really need to let the play develop, get downfield, and try to just throw that Hail Mary.
Definitely, although the incomplete pass does stop the clock with 4 seconds left here. Let's see what they can do here. 3rd down and 10.
I'm on the photo.
As the ball is snapped to the left side and caught, but he is brought down at the 15. And that will be the half. We will see you back for the second half of this JV game as the Terra Trojans have a commanding lead of 31 points over the Galileo Lions. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as it'll now be the beginning of the second half here for the Terra Trojan Junior Varsity team against the Galileo Lions Junior Varsity. The Trojans have a lead of 31-0 at half. As some more confusion for the Galileo Lions as they set up their receiving squad, something we've seen a lot here. As our players are hustling around the field. As there's a lot of confusion. For number 92, he's being yelled at by literally everyone. Varsity Trojan coach Dallas Hartwell able to point him in the right direction. Really a lot of confusion here as Alan Calderon kicks the ball off down to the 20-yard line. It is brought back up on the right side, almost brought down. He breaks the tackle and steps out of bounds. 4 Trojans put on the ground before he was pushed out of bounds, as they will now be on the 35.
That was a good kick by Alan Calderon. Got to at least the 20, about a good swarming by Terra, but pretty solid on both sides for both defense and offense as the Lions start on their own 35.
Yeah, not a horrible position for them, but again, another solid kick from Alan Calderon. And it's really good consistency from him, too, as we've seen all of his kicks between the 15 and 20-yard line of the receiving team, the Lions. As the huddle is broken. Let's see if they've made any changes to their offense. A little bit of success seen at the end of the first half, but the first quarter in particular was very nasty, as we have 3 men in the backfield, including the quarterback. The ball is dropped, picked up by the running back, who breaks a tackle, runs down the left side, and is brought down at the line of scrimmage for a gain of 0.
That was a bit of a misplay by the quarterback. He got the snap, pretty good snap, but just wasn't able to hold on to the ball. A good heads-up play there by number 33 again to pick up the ball. And didn't look like he got much of a gain on it, but was able to save a bad play from getting worse.
Definitely. As we have a substitution for the Lions, or maybe just someone running off the field as the quarterback is coming back, having received the play. And that's one interesting thing I've noticed, is the quarterback for the Lions is the shortest person on their team. So that may be why he is having trouble seeing downfield, as he can't see all the offensive linemen.
That would make it very tough.
Definitely. As the ball line up on the left hash here, 2nd and 10. Same formation, 3 in the backfield, 1 receiver out to each side. Ball is snapped, handed, he goes straight up the middle, and he is swarmed, brought down, gain of 0-1.
Yeah, I think Galileo here, trusting the running back, which I think is a good idea, but they're, again, up the middle, kind of stuffed out by Terra, and it's tough when you got those plays that really just make nothing. They don't really create anything. They're kind of stagnant.
As we have a Trojan down on the field, and it looks like it is number 14, and that would make Andrew Keenan a pretty good game today so far, I'd say.
He has.
I saw him pulling his right knee. As
that'll be a hard blow for Terra. Andrew Keenan playing linebacker position, usually inside linebacker, able to read the plays pretty well. He had a good mind on him. That's a tough loss for Terra.
Definitely. Hopefully he'll be okay. He's able to straighten the leg, but his leg is twitching, it looks like, as it is moving up and down. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose. Looks like he is. Hopefully nothing serious there, as Wyatt Dagenet not able to play here for the varsity, which we will see later today because of an injury to his knee as well. His left knee, I believe. But he's going to be sorely missed for the varsity, as he's the starting center.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard blow because Wyatt Dagenet, he got taken out for a couple plays in the varsity game against Petaluma last week, and you could really see the snaps were not as good. Wyatt Dagenet really anchoring the center there, the center position, and I believe he played varsity as a sophomore, so it really shows how good he can be. He's really turning into a good football player, and someone at the snapper position who you really need reliability there, and Wyatt Dagenet has been able to provide that.
Definitely, as he is able to walk under his own power. A little bit of a scare there, as hopefully he'll be okay. And he's walking slowly off the field.
We'll introduce them later. At least one trainer in the house.
Unfortunate for him, but it looks like he will be okay. It'll now be 3rd and about 8 yards to go for the Galileo offense. And let's see what they do here. They've been trying to use some fakes to see if they can get the runner out to the outside of the field. As the Trojans are playing real tight, I think they're expecting the run. As the quarterback drops back, throws up the middle, and it is tipped away. Excellent job there by the cornerbacks to get the ball out of the receiver's hands.
Good job there by 28, Makai Jensen, and number 20, Dimitri Kagalias, the two defenders on the receiver. I believe Dimitri was able to get a hand on the ball, and the ball was slightly underthrown by the quarterback. Again, another play in the second quarter, I believe, shown that his arm strength isn't quite as maybe as strong as Dylan Krause's. If they can maybe run a little shorter routes, they can get some good plays in.
Definitely. Heavy coverage there, too, as the ball is snapped high, punted still, about to the Trojans on 45, picked up by Patani, and he is brought down at the 45. He was basically wrapped up as soon as he collected the ball. And it'll be the Trojans' ball with 55 yards to go and 8 minutes left in the third quarter.
Receives the punt.
With a big
21
lead.
yards on the punt. And the tackle by Sadiq
As we
Asadi,
see
number 56.
The offense rolling out
First
on
down
the
and
field.
10
Looks
for
like
the Trojans.
Keaton
The
is
offensive
still
series of
on
the
the
second
trainer's
half of
bench,
play.
able to move that knee.
Begins at their
That's what we
45.
like to see. Hopefully it is not too painful for him, as we will see here. The snap is high, handed off, and Calderon is running down the left side. There is nobody in his way. Oh, and he's pushed out of bounds.
That was a good use of the whole field by Calderon. The Trojans were starting on the right hash, and Calderon ran off to the left. He used the whole field, which probably at least 30 yards of width there, almost as much going downfield as side. And that's a great, smart play by Calderon to get downfield and get a really good play for the Trojans.
Definitely, as it almost seemed like it wasn't their plan, as the snap was high, and it looks like Dylan Krause just handed it off to him, like, need to get rid of this. But he wasn't under that much pressure. Really an excellent run by Calderon, as I'm wondering where Nico is. As the handoff is faked, he rolls to the right. Oh my gosh! Wow. So he faked the handoff incredibly well, rolls to the right, throws to Patani, and it is bobbled and dropped.
That was a great opportunity for Patani there to score a touchdown. He surely would have got a touchdown there. Unfortunate. Patani has really shown in the past his skill. He's a really good football player, but hopefully he can come back, bounce back, and make that catch next time.
Definitely, as that went straight through his hands in the end zone, and he was beating himself up, but he is still out on the field, and hopefully he'll be able to get that out of his mind and focus on this next play.
At the 29.
As let's see if that affects Dylan Krause's confidence in him, as it is in a shotgun position, hands off to Calderon down the right side, only one defender in front of him, and he gets through him and drops his shoulder, flag down, about a gain of 15 to 18 yards.
Calderon is really a natural running back, I believe. He has some size and some speed to really be effective, and good read, good just football sense to read and make some good jukes. As he there went on the right side there to get 8 or 9 yards.
Definitely, as that flag is going to be on Terra. It's going to bring him way back, as it looks like it'll be 2nd and 10
And the ball brought back to the
from the 30-yard line of the Lions. Let's see what they can do here. The pass play really working out well for them early, but I wonder if that drop has shaken Dylan Krause's confidence in his receiving core, as we still have 2 receivers out to each side. Calderon straight behind Krause in the shotgun position. Motion by Patani. He gets the ball. It's secured. He's running down the left side. He is open. He is opening up the gas, and he is into the end zone. A touchdown run for Patani, 30 yards. An excellent job there as Dylan Krause runs to the end zone to congratulate him. Excellent. Just a great bounce back.
Yeah, it was a great bounce back by Mateo Patani, excuse me. He was able to, again, use that field width. I think Terra are really good at exploiting, but the other teams they're facing are struggling against, as Calderon comes up here for the extra point.
As the Trojans will be looking for the extra point here, as Nico is back out on the field. So Nico is here. I'm wondering if Calderon is getting some plays at running back because of the lead here. Probably, as against Petaluma, Nico lined up as running back pretty much the whole game, as Calderon will now be here for the 5th opportunity at an extra point, and it is tipped off the back of someone's head a little bit low. His first missed extra point, but truly inconsequential, as it is 37-0. I do not believe that 1 point is going to affect the game in any way, but definitely not something you want to be missing.
No, that's one dark spot in the really bright day for Calderon, who's really had a great game, and he's so far I think he's my man of the match.
He's done excellent on defense, and those consistent kicks have been excellent. And only one missed extra point. He's made 4 of them, and it looked like maybe there was a collapse maybe in the offensive line there that was blocking the defenders, because it sounded like it hit off a player. So either kicked a little too high on the ball, or something just got too close. So it may not have actually been Calderon's fault. A little far away, hard to tell from here, as he lines up for the punt, or the kickoff. And the ball is loose, and that is going to be way short, about 10 yards shorter than its previous ones. And the Galileo Lions kick returner collects the ball and then just kind of stays there. What do you see, Marco?
Yeah, that was kind of a weird play. I think he wasn't really expecting the ball. He grabbed the ball and then really didn't use his feet to move it all. He was really looking for something to open up. But in that situation, you really just want to be off to the races. He has a little bit of openness. He was slightly open, but he definitely had a lot of players swarming at him. And with the inexperience of JV, that can be a very common thing to happen. But that's just an unfortunate play for Galileo.
Definitely. And now they have the ball actually behind where they received the ball. And it'll be 1st and 10 from Galileo's own 25-yard line. The snap is dropped. He picks up the ball. Oh, and the sack is missed. Oh, but he is slammed by 2 Trojans, a loss of about 11 yards there. Maybe 7, actually, as the quarterback is in pain on the ground. And
Good sack there by Brody Dagenet. And there was another player on the tackle, too. I couldn't really tell who. But good read by them by staying with the play.
And I hope the quarterback is okay, because I don't know who else they're going to be able to put in, especially being that short-handed. But he was hit hard by 2 players at once. And we will see. He's still in pain. Hopefully we'll get up and be able to continue in this game, as we have 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Trojans up 37-0.
That was a bit of a rough play there for the line of the Galileo Lions. They really let a lot of players through. The play wasn't able to develop as fully as it should have been, and fully as the Galileo Lions would have hoped. And that really, I think, contributed to the quarterback having to take the ball and getting such a hard hit.
Definitely. As a tackle was missed by number 51 of the Trojans. And the quarterback was able to run up the right side, get a couple yards back. But then, as you said, Brody Dagenet straight to the torso as he knocked him down real hard. And I believe we'll take a short break here, as the quarterback is still down on the ground. We will give you all the information we have on this condition. As the quarterback has just gotten up and is being helped off the field by his coach, and it is unclear whether he will return to the game, as the Trojans are lining up here, as the ball will be at the 20-yard line, 2nd down for Galileo. I believe their quarterback is going to stay in. I don't see him walk outside. Do you know where they put
Terra lines up for the snap.
Number 33, Octavian Carter-Williams.
Galileo with the ball on their own 25. And it's a false start on Galileo by one of the receivers. Just a miscount there and a 5-yard penalty follow. And it looks to me like number 33 is lining up for the snap. The all-important player for Galileo. The snap, good snap. He just takes it and runs. And he gets a couple yards, goes off to the left, and is tackled by at least 5 Trojan defenders.
Definitely not a lot of options there for Galileo as he rolls to the left, a gain of probably 0 as he had to start farther back. Less momentum as well, I would imagine. But the Trojans defense is definitely smartened up to the run. They're doing a good job of shutting that down. And the quarterback is back on the field. Probably just need a little bit of a break there as his head is back in it. Number 23 running off the field. And one of the offensive linemen for the Lions hustled over the line. The other 4 walking calmly. Wonder what that is about. But we will see here as it is a pretty tight formation again for the Trojans. One safety, everyone within 10 yards of the ball. Quarterback drops back for the throw. Number 51 gets hands on and brings him down.
Great sack there by number 51 of the Trojans. It doesn't look like we have a number for him, but that was a really good play. He was able to break through the line, get a hand on the quarterback, which he's almost done a few times before, but this time he was able to get the wrist around the quarterback's torso and really pull him in and get that sack.
Definitely. And a lot smoother of a sack too, as he actually brings the quarterback down on top of him. So the Galileo quarterback doesn't even have to get the ground. Wonder if he felt a little bit of sympathy there, as it looks like they're going for the punt. The snap is high. He is back in the end zone, and the Trojans hit him hard. The pylon is down. I'm wondering, it is not a safety. They're going to put the ball at about, I'd say, 6 inches from the goal line.
Avoiding 2-point loss. Or 2 points being added to the scoreboard.
There is,
that is it would be a Galileo.
so they tightened their shoe. I thought that was an injury, but
at the 1 yard line.
just maybe didn't double knot it, as that was the punter actually. But that is a second, maybe third high snap we've seen on the longer snaps. Maybe that's why most of the teams are snapping the ball under center, as there's a lot less risk attributed to that. And that risk is definitely something that a lot of teams are going to have to attribute, or they're going to have to plan for, as it's all too often we've seen snaps over the head, between the legs of the quarterback. Never something that you want your team to be faced with, but these JV teams definitely are going to have to prepare for that. As the Trojans are going to be lining up on the 1 yard line. It'll be first and goal with 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. As Kraus in the shotgun position, and the ball is handed off, and he is brought down at the 2 yard line, loss of about 1. And
another good tackle by 33 to get that loss. He's able to break through the line fairly quickly and get to the Trojan running back, who was Moises Capel.
yeah, see, it looks like number 70 there got to hop in for a play. Not much progress made as Calderon will return to the field. As it is now second and goal.
Second down and goal after 2.
And same formation here. Calderon in the backfield, and the snap. The ball is handed off. Runs to the right side. There is nobody there. And that will be a touchdown for the Terra Trojans.
Touchdown.
With 1 minute left in the third quarter. And that'll put it at 43-0 before the extra point. Just the defense just not able to do much here for the Galileo Lions. And it is turning into a slugfest, but one of the boxers has their hands tied behind their back. Not going well for Galileo, as they are getting ready for the extra point. Some yelling. I think they're missing some people on the field. Another thing that we see for all JV teams is miscommunication on who needs to be at the field. Maybe a lack of focus, or it's just hard to manage. As Calderon lines up for the extra point, we will see. And the snap is high. Calderon kicks it, blocked again. As a whistle is blown. Number 33, again for the Lions, able to be a running back, be a quarterback, be a receiver, and I think he's blocked two extra points now.
I believe so.
As second block in a row, 43-0. Again, going to be very inconsequential. As the game is, I would say, already over. Mark, would you agree with that?
Yes, this game is wrapping up already in the third quarter, unfortunately for Galileo. The second squad for Terra is on, and at this point it's almost like a big practice with pads.
Yeah, I'd say so. Although still haven't seen like a backup quarterback or new receivers either for the Trojans. I'm wondering what that's about. Maybe they don't have one, or maybe they're treating it as a practice, so they want their starters out there getting all they can. But you've got to think here, with a 43-point lead, 1 quarter left to go, it gives some of the bench a shot. As Calderon is lining up for the kickoff here. And he walks up to the ball, and it is loose downfield. It'll land at about the 25, picked up by the returning man, who drops his shoulder and is brought down at the 35, it looks like.
I really liked number 22, the Lions receiver, his approach to that play. He lined up around the 5-yard line and really got a really good running start on the ball. And when he caught the ball, he was already full speed. That allowed him to get at least 5 yards right off the bat of the play and keep the Terra blocking team and their defenders from keeping them on their toes. Good play there by number 22.
Definitely, and that momentum really helped him. As only a second or two of running, and he made up 10 yards just by having that momentum, catching the ball. He looked in command. As another penalty here on the Trojans. Oh no! As the fourth quarter starts, we are switching sides here. So yeah, we're switching sides here as it'll be about 65 yards to go for the Galileo Lions. It'd be nice to see them get some points here.
Yeah, it'd be really nice to see just for Galileo, just for their sake, so they don't go away from this with a clean slate.
Again, some confusion. I'm pretty sure they're missing some players. As I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players on the field. The 10th runs out.
10 Lions after 32.
As they will play one man down here. As the quarterback rolls back, throws up the middle, caught by 22. A whistle is blown. Brought down at the 45.
I loved number 22's play there. He had a little 5-yard out route and then turned to his right, and he jumped up in the air to get that ball and really got above the defenders.
Yeah, as it'll now be a first down for Galileo at the 46-yard line. Not entirely sure what the penalty is, but that is okay, as it'll be first and 10 from Galileo's own 46-yard line as they line up here. And we will see what they can do here, as they've been able to make some forward progress here. Something they definitely haven't been able to do very well at the beginning of this game. As the snap is low, picked up by 12, and he is under pressure, immediately gets the ball loose to 33, breaks 2 tackles, runs down the right side, and he is out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Great play there by the quarterback to get the ball off just in time as he was getting tackled. 33 to turn around, get the ball, and get at least 10 extra yards on the play, break some tackles. Good play by the Galileo.
Definitely. As that running back has done it all this game, he has really put the team on his shoulders.
17
and really
yards on the pass
will give them
play,
opportunities to stay in the game.
At the Terra,
as they will now be at the Terra Linda's own 36-yard line. I think it's the most forward. I think this is the closest they've been to the end zone today. Let's see what they can do. 1st and 10. How will they be able to convert this? As the ball is snapped, the quarterback drops back, and he is under pressure. Throws the ball to 28, who didn't see the ball until the last minute. He is brought down at the 32-yard line. And again, the quarterback throws the ball almost immediately as he's being sacked. As that'll be a gain of about 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4 to go.
2nd down and 4 at the 31.
As that tackle there made by Eli Larson. As again, the opportunity is still here for the Lions to get some points in this game. As they line up here, tight formation, one receiver out to each side, running back in the backfield. And the ball is snapped low, handed off to 33. Oh, and a tackle is missed by Nico, but he is still brought back down in the backfield for a loss of about 1 yard. Excellent job by the defense there to really get around the offensive line and get at the ball fast.
Yeah, here Galileo faced with a 3rd and 5, I believe. 3rd and 5. This could be a really good drive for Galileo. If they can convert here, I think they could really have a good chance at a touchdown.
On the previous play by Moises Rodriguez.
That's definitely true. We have a 3rd down conversion here. 2 men in the backfield. As the ball is fumbled and he is brought down, the ball is loose. The ball is called dead. As on the sack, the ball is loose. Number 12, slow to get up. We've seen that. He is as one of the smallest players out on the field. Not able to take the hits from the big boys, it looks like.
Great play by Moises Rodriguez there on the sack. He pretty much got to the quarterback as soon as the ball got to the quarterback. So he was there right as the quarterback was really trying to figure the play out. And that was a great read by Moises. Just overall, really good play.
Definitely, as it'll be 4th and 11 here for the Galileo Lions. Was looking good there for a while, but 2 good stops by the Trojans, and they are under pressure here. Let's see what they're able to do. Only 5 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. The ball is set downfield, and heavy coverage there by Nico Brenzini. As number 22, again, the target, wasn't able to pick up the ball, but I don't know if any receiver would be able to get that, as Nico was right on the back of it there. As it'll be a turnover on downs, the Trojans will have 4 minutes and about 30 seconds at their own 37-yard line, and we will see what they're able to do with a 43-point lead, as they have, it looks like, the B team rolling out at last, as we have Dylan Krause on the sidelines, Eli Larson on the sidelines, and Patani as well, Mateo Patani, and it looks like they are letting B squad roll out, as it looks like our new quarterback will be number 12. I think that's Eddie Ramos out there. As we have 2 receivers lined up on each side. The ball is snapped slightly high, handed off to number 23. Calderon goes up the middle, and he is loose. Nobody in front of him, and he is going all the way to the 5, and he is in the end zone. Another touchdown for Calderon. Wow. B-team really showed up to the plate there.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. The snap was kind of high. Eddie Ramos able to corral it just in time, as there were multiple Lions defenders on him. Just got it off to Calderon. Looked like kind of the last minute decision, but Calderon taking advantage of everyone swarming the quarterback, got it off to the side, and was really able to open up to the races there.
Definitely. As Calderon himself now will be going for the extra point after having just ran about 60 to 70 yards. He's missed the last two. Probably going to be the last one of the game for him. We will see, as it is definitely possible. But with the extra point here, it would be 50-0. A very interesting football score, in my opinion, as 7 touchdowns would be 49, 6 would be 42. So getting that 50 number, not the easiest, but the Trojans definitely able to punch that out today as the kick is through the uprights. It is good, and it is 50-0. We love to see round numbers here in the announcing booth.
Yeah, that was a great kick by Calderon. Just able to put it through the uprights, probably about 4 feet above the upper crossbar. And nice even score there of 50-0. When it gets late in these games, of these 50-0 type games, it definitely it's hard. If it's hard for us up in the booth, it's 10 times harder down there for the players.
Especially for the Lions, as they have been thoroughly pummeled, as I would put it. And they are slow to get back out to the field here, as the Trojans will be kicking off to Galileo, likely for the last time, with 3 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter of this game. The Trojans really able to lock it up. Marco, what do you think was their key to winning this game?
Well, the Trojans, they were just so much bigger and more physical in all areas of play. Their defense was able to get really good stops. Their defense probably was out there more than their offense, because their offense was just able to get so many touchdowns so quickly. I think that the Trojans are just a better team. They have better skill players. Number 33, really good player for Lions, but it's hard to win a football game with one person. Trojans just a better team.
Definitely a little bit of miscommunication there by Trojan number 29 as he runs along early. Again, the receiver of the ball just standing in the backfield, and he is brought down at the 20. I completely agree with you there, Marco. And also, the Trojan offense, the defense for Galileo certainly hasn't been good, but the amount of times that they have taken a touchdown on the first play, second play, just immediately going for the end zone, getting points, and converting early. I think from the start, that early 14-0 lead killed any chance for Galileo. As we saw, they were capable at points of getting downfield on offense. And I think they could have scored some points if they had just put the right pieces together in the right order. Definitely a little bit unlucky, but I think most of it comes down to excellent defense by the Trojans, able to lock down the run game. Huge improvement on the Petaluma game, as we saw. Petaluma scored all their touchdowns on the run, able to get like 10, 15-yard runs consistently, as this week they are able to just shut it down. We've seen a couple runs that have gotten through number 33 for the Lions, definitely doing his work out there. But I think that's solid run defense by the Trojans, and also just an excellent job on offense. Staying with the play, hustling no matter how big the lead is, as the ball is lobbed up to number 33, and he is tripped and brought down. The ball is loose, picked up by the Trojans. So, number 33, speak of the devil, catches the ball on about a 35, 40-yard throw, and I think the Trojans are going to get the ball as he drops it. I don't know if that's a completion for the Lions, or a fumble, or an incomplete pass. It could be any of the three. I don't think it's incomplete, as he collected the ball and took a couple steps. And it looks like the Trojans will be on offense here. That is really unfortunate for Lions. A little bit of hope there that they would get some points in, but it didn't turn out very well for them.
33 really beating himself up after that fumble. That was a really good catch. He had 2 defenders on him, right in between him. He's able to leap up, make the catch on at least 35-yard throw, and get a couple steps in too. Broke at least the tackle, but just unlucky on that fumble.
As it looks like that will be the game And it'll be a Trojan victory, 50-0 here against the Galileo Lions. Excellent job by the Trojans. Galileo just outmatched, in my opinion. You know, we saw some signs like that last play, as I was speaking of it, that the Galileo, they can be successful this season. I feel like they just got to put the pieces together, and they just have to stop making those small mistakes. The missed snaps, the penalties, and the poor kicks really, I think, are what buried them today. As we will be back shortly for the varsity game between the Carolina Trojans and the Galileo Lions. We'll see you then.
Thank you for joining us.